A little tour of my small back garden that I moved here into last year. It's the back of a terrace, about 45 square metres, much smaller than I'm used to, but there are advantages here which I'm going to go through. I'm trying to make the most of the space by using permaculture and forest garden techniques, and I'll show you what I'm doing here. First up, straight from the back door, is something called a mud bed, which is a raised planter with a compost box in the middle. It's from a company called Sub Pod, an Australian company. You throw your kitchen scraps in here, it feeds the soil as it's composting, and then you put your plants around the outside. So I'm just experimenting with this at the moment. We've got some garlic, some lab beans, some courgette, and there's some herb Robert growing in there which made its own way in there, and a strawberry which has done quite well, and that is a round-headed leek which I've never grown before. So far this is doing quite well. It's got the trellis at the back made from string. There's also a greenhouse attachment so I can extend the season in the autumn and the spring. Very impressed with this so far. Further down, this is the seating area, and on the wall I put some planters. This is a living wall, 5-tier living wall. It's got a reservoir underneath each tier that holds a couple of litres, and a wicking system from felt which keeps it watered, and you can go away for a week or so and not worry about it. The strawberries have done particularly well in here. There's some rocket that's going to flower now. The Chanteray carrots have done rubbish, but the tomatoes are looking okay. These are tumbling tomato and a couple of lettuces there. So all experimental at the moment to see what does well. I've got a self-watering system that I use when I do go away if it's going to be hot, which is fed from a timer. Only needs a couple of top-ups. And the rest of the decking area, I'm just in the process of repainting this. Down the steps we have a nursery area here. I've been using the old cool box as a hot box composter, and it works quite well, but I've got plenty of composting now, so I might just get rid of that soon. Some of these plants are destined for the forest garden, the community garden that we run. It's a bit of a nursery area. This is the main planting area. It's got a little pond made from a builder's bucket, sorry. Some chives, marjoram, lavender, plenty of perennial flowers, echinacea, rudbeckia, geraniums. There's a monster of a kale which is about 9 feet tall, maybe even bigger now. It's third year. It's called Taunton Dean. Fantastic plant. Self-sufficient easily in green leafy vegetables. There's a couple of smaller perennial kales down there. I built the arbour to give some height to this area, so we've got some jasmine, some grapes. We've got some bunches of grapes on here this year for the first time. A hop on this side, which is very vigorous and might have to go at some point. We've got an apple tree there, which I'll keep compact. More perennial flowers down this side. A plum tree over there. Walking through this little tunnel, we've got the garden shed, which everybody needs a shed. Every man needs a shed anyway. I'm going to train the grape across the top there. You might see the wire, so I'll carry the grape on that way. We've got tree cabbage down here, which again is going to get very big. More perennials down here. There's a fig tree here. I've taken lots of cuttings from this fig tree and given them to friends, and they've all got figs, and this has not produced a single one yet, although actually I've just spotted a tiny one developing in there, so that makes me happy. Down at the bottom of the garden here we've got some potatoes grown in pots, just supermarket spuds that have gone soft. There's a little woodshed here which I've put a green roof on, and some of the sedums in there are flowering now. There's a black lace elder here, which is one of my favourite trees, probably is my favourite tree because it's beautiful. It provides flowers and fruit. And then we've got water collection here, which I've just installed yesterday from the shed roof. Bird box, nothing in the bird box this year. Some strawberries here in this little wall. I'm going to train the runners into the front. At the moment it's got ivy leaf toadflax in there, which is a lovely little plant. Grows everywhere around here. And then more composting at the bottom. So that is my tiny little garden. The view up the garden from the bottom. And it's southwest facing, very sunny. In the summertime, because it slopes away from the house, the sun can be on the garden till 9 o'clock, 9:15 at night. Nothing in the way, no trees in the way. So it is a very, very nice space. Thank you.